Big, strong men can have cancer. Big, strong men can have heart attacks. And it's the same thing with illnesses of the brain.
Jeff Olson's son Daniel died by suicide in 2012 at the age of 19. Olson teaches at Ishpeming Public Schools and was the high school's head football coach for 27 years. Coaching football, he saw firsthand how difficult it was for guys to open up about their mental health.
You have to have compassion, and it's hard for somebody, if a player comes in and says, I'm not myself today, I can't get it together today. Common response always is suck it up, get in there, it doesn't matter. Well, after going through what Daniel went through and seeing that, we as coaches and teachers, bosses in businesses have to have compassion.
Jeff now makes it his mission to share Daniel's story and the importance of compassion and understanding.
I found out that talking about it and putting it out in the open and trying to help people help me grieve and help our family grieve.
Peter Copenhaver is a clinical social worker at Sunta Integrative Health. Like Olson, he says helping others is healing for him. He says he faced struggles with depression about a dozen years ago.
I didn't feel good about myself, so I wasn't going to feel good about other people or relationships either, right? And so just kind of inventorying that, I realized I had to make some changes. And I got a therapist, and that's where I was able to kind of dig in and get some traction to start making that change.
Copenhaver says men have a tendency to squash emotional feelings, but he says he sees positive developments.
For generations, the overall theme was to suppress those emotions, to push them down, to be strong, to not show weakness. We weren't really encouraged to show emotion. And that's changing.
Dave Arrow founded the Suicide Survivors Fund with the Community Foundation of Marquette County. He echoes Copenhaver's observation that a lot of men bottle things up and don't get the treatment they need.
I know so many people, and mostly men, that are very stubborn and they feel like, they don't want help, they can figure things out on their own. But I would just say that, if I had done that, I really don't know where I would be.
Arrow says he was a witness to a friend's suicide in 2021, which caused him to suffer from PTSD and to take stock of his own mental health. Arrow says trends in Marquette County suicide rates are telling.
When you look at suicide in our county, it's a vast majority men. Vast majority. And all of the firearm deaths were men.
Arrow says it might never be possible to reach a goal of zero suicides, but changing mindsets is one way to get past stigma.
Now, my friend, he had been dealing with treatment for depression, and in his situation, it was just, depression's an illness, it's like cancer. You can get treatment for it, and you can cure it, you can put it in remission, or it'll kill you. And, in his situation, he had put it in remission a lot of times, but in the end, it's what took him, and it's a brain illness, just like anything else. So I think if people think about mental health and depression like that it is a physical illness and it can be treated as such, I think that's one way to help get past that stigma of mental health, being weakness or, making you less of a person.